Good morning, Gateway Kids. Hopefully by now you have watched our video on YouTube of Moses saying goodbye. So here are 3 ideas of how you can dwell in today's story. Number 1. The promised land was going to be very different to the desert that the Israelites were used to. When God promised Moses that he would rescue the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, he said he would bring them into a land flowing with milk and honey. You can find that in Exodus chapter 3, verse 8. Why don't you make a cup of warm milk with a spoon of honey stirred in? Delicious. And while you're drinking your special drink, have a think about what God meant when he called the promised land a land flowing with milk and honey. Number 2. Some of Moses' final words to the Israelites were to not forget God and what he had done for them when they were in the desert. This September feels very different to a few months ago. Most of you are back in school or in nursery, and for some of you, it will feel like life has got back to normal. It could be easy to forget all that God did for you during the last 6 months of lockdown and no school or nursery. Why don't you take some time to remember and thank God for all that he did for you during lockdown? Maybe you could make a list on a piece of paper. You might want to then thank God in your head or sing a worship song to thank and praise him. Or maybe you could make God a thank you card. Number 3. As you go about your day-to-day life, going to school, going to clubs, eating your dinner, when everything is going well, it can be very easy to forget God. It can be easy to think to yourself, my, aren't I well behaved? Aren't I clever? Aren't I strong? Aren't I good at keeping my room tidy? Aren't I good at making sure that everything is going well for me? Why don't you create something to help you remember to trust in God, not in yourself, and to thank God daily for the good things that he has given you? Put it somewhere that you will notice it each day. You might want to use one of the following verses. Proverbs 3 verse 5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." And in Deuteronomy 8 verse 18, Moses said to the Israelites, "But remember the Lord your God."